sustain it, because both teams need this win tonight. Must game.
Weinberg kicks it away. Adam Randall is deep. There'll be no return. And the Tigers with Klubnik start from their 25, and a look at Adazio's dudes here tonight for the Tiger offense and the Florida State defense.
Guys being dudes, man. You gotta love it. I tell you what, that was a good picture right there, Wes. I lost a little weight. Let's talk about Blake Miller. Let's talk about 50th start. We're talking about an up-front guy who's rugged. He's got toughness. He's got the long hair. He's ready to roll tonight. Earl Little. I mean, this guy is a playmaking machine. You know, he's that guy that sets the front. He comes, runs up, fills the box. He's a great tackler. Two great players.
Toss to Randall, gets us started tonight at Clemson, and Randall keeps his feet. He'll get 11, maybe 12 on the ground. Jabril Rawls, the corner, finally wrestles him to the ground. Adam Randall comes in, 9th in the ACC, 65.5 yards a game. He's 10th in total rushing yards in the conference, 522 a game. 12-yard run for Randall, and away we go from Tiger Town.
I like the way he drove his legs and finished, Wes. That guy was running with determination. He's picking up where he left off last week.
That's Williams in motion. They're going to hand it to Antonio Williams, sliding here to the left side. He'll get to the 41. That'll be a pickup of about 4. There's Earl Little, 0 for the Noles, tackling 0 for the Tigers. And look at Antonio Williams a year ago, and then last week, of course, he got his first touchdown of the year against Duke, but really Williams impacted the game a week ago with 10 catches and 3 carries, touchdowns rushing and receiving last week for Antonio Williams.
Well, they got on the ball and they featured him last week. They're going to have to do the same thing again tonight. Yeah. He's a playmaker.
He's the guy they're hoping to offset the loss of Brian Wesco. That ball was served up on a rope for Tristan Smith, the wide receiver. Florida State in coverage. Edwin Joseph is a guy that the defensive coordinator Tony White talked to us about. Joseph is a redshirt sophomore who is out of that Chaminade Madonna program. There's Bryant Wesco, who was hurt against SMU and is out for the remainder of this season and will not participate in the spring. Dabo Swinney told us last week. So now all of a sudden 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Florida State with about a half dozen guys up on the line. Seems like everybody's chasing Klubnik. They'll throw the perimeter. That's Williams the catch. Little got him before he reached the first down stick and leads the charge defensively for the Seminoles.
You can see why Little's a dude. I mean, he just made a great play on the ball. That looked like he was going to get vertical for a first down, and he stopped him in his tracks. That's strong tackling right there. Critical 4th down. I think he's got to go for it. I think Dabo obviously is going for it. And let's go, man. Can you make a yard, Wes? Can you make 1 yard? You have to be able to at home.
Clemson is 14 of 29 on 4th down this year. Usually see Peter Woods in a formation like this. Not today. At least not right now. Klubnik up under center now. He'll sneak forward and get it.
Love it. I love that. I love the quarterback sneak on 4th and short. Get up there, sneak the ball. Don't be back in that shotgun. Love the call. Nice start for Clemson. They got a little bit of juice here. Everybody's fired up. A lot of positivity. Now what they have to do is get that ball down and score.
Garrett Riley. That single piece of paper that's got all of his intelligence on there for the night. Play calls, down and distance, everything. Sometimes the sheet's unfolded, sometimes it's folded up very tightly by the offensive coordinator for the Tigers. Here's Klubnik losing one middle of the field. Olsen, Pat Henry, the tight end, the catch. At the 25, they get Pat Henry with Jerry Wilson making the tackle. Just the 10th catch of the year. And only his 4th in the last 2 games and change, Coach.
Yeah, well, they did a nice job. They're back on the ball, going with tempo.
Yep, to Randall, straight ahead on the first down play off the 27-yard line. Adam Randall crashes for about 3, maybe 4 to the 23. Justin Cryer, 6'1", 238. Juice Cryer from Katy, Texas, makes the stop for the Seminoles.
On that the play before the last, Wes, Florida State brought a nickel pressure. They spun the free safety back to the middle of the field, and they hit him with that skinny post. And they really well done. They're off to a great start, Wes.
TJ Moore, bottom of the screen here, coach. They put Williams in motion. Randall, the running back, with Klubnik. They're going to hand it to Adam Randall again, running behind Blake Miller. And also Braden Jacobs is out there. Big 74 in the orange, the true freshman from Milton, Georgia. Well, you got there's 74. He'll come into your picture here in just a moment, and he's bigger than everybody else. That's the facts. 6'7", 355 pounds is big 18-year-old Braden Jacobs, Steve.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, they put themselves now in third down where they have a run-pass option. They can take 2 downs to get the first, and the way that Adam Randall's running, I would think they might do that. Here they are.
Toss it to Randall, coming to the left side. He will get inside the 15, and that will do it. Randall off to a terrific start running the ball. Cryer makes the stop, but it's 1st and 10.
Little toss is all they did. They get the ball in the perimeter with a toss, and everybody's playing inside, playing defense. They get to the outside and give it to the guy that is getting yards. He is a north-south player right now, getting vertical.
Randall averaging 6 yards a carry. 10th play of the drive for the Tigers. And Gideon Davidson, the freshman, has come into the ball game. That's Williams in motion. Klubnik back in the middle of the field. The catch is made. Tristan Smith inside the 5 and digging for more. 1st and goal at the 3. Barker the stop on the 6'5" senior and the transfer from Southeast Missouri State.
Watch this replay now. Watch him catch the ball, get vertical. Watch this little move right here. Boom! And oh, I love that. A ball's high and tight, but he stuck his foot in the ground and got at least another 3, 4, 5 yards. That's a heck of a play. What a play. Putting him inside the 5-yard line. Great job.
Tigers trying to cast the first die of the night. Randall back in the ball game now with Klubnik. Pair of tight ends, single receiver. Goal to go for the Tigers. Klubnik in zone, and it is dropped. That was TJ Moore, incomplete. Hit him in the hands, and I'm not sure that Jabril Rawls did not rake it out of there.
You know, Wes, I'm a little surprised. I mean, I get it, right? They're probably saying they're going to get run, so they come back here and they throw the slant route. But I got to tell you, and that was a great defensive play there, by the way. But I got to tell you something. The way they're running the football right now, I don't know. I might have just kept surging that thing across the goal line here. I'm sure they'll run it here now. If they don't, I'd be surprised.
You see Clemson 5 of 6 last week on touchdowns and red zone opportunities. Here's the give. This is Randall straight ahead. He got knocked back. And again, Elijah Herring. He and Cryer, the 2 big guys at linebacker, one with 28, the other with 27 tackles coming in. Herring, by the way, had 13 total tackles in the last 4, and he makes his presence felt here.
That's a really strong tackle on the goal line. He dropped his pads, he got low, and he drove him back. That was strong. It's hard to take a back down one-on-one. 3rd down call here now, critical. I'm sure he's going to be throwing the football here, but they're going to get themselves into a bunch package and try to get some form of rub routes out here.
Klubnik looking to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He'll score standing. Tigers on the board.
I got to tell you, Wes, I think that might have been a called QB draw. I think that's what was called there. He might have had a quick option on it, but he put his foot in the ground awful quick and took off. Yeah, that's a called quarterback draw. Really nicely done by the offensive line. Quick vertical decision by Cade Klubnik. What a drive.
They're going to fake it and go for 2 and into the end zone. Did they get the 2? They did. My goodness. Clemson snapped it, and Clay Sweeney scores the 2-point play.
They saw something on film here. Nicely done.
Oh, boy, is that on tape.
I'm not sure if he crossed.
Was good, correct?
Yes. Correct.
So I don't have enough to be able to. I think he may have broke the goal line,
I
but
agree.
I don't have enough to overturn
At replay, this is Adam. Rolling on the field is a successful 2-point try. Pete had the ball breaking the plane.
All right, this is the entry point towards the goal line. I'm going to back it up a little bit, go slow. His helmet gets hit here, and then we have the ball that is, with that right there, that's not clear and obvious enough to overturn it.
Based off of this, would everybody agree the ruling on the field is upheld?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to uphold this ruling on the field.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
On the field is a successful 2-point try. Pete had the ball breaking the plane.
All right, this is the entry point towards the goal line. I'm going to back it up a little bit, go slow. His helmet gets hit here, and then we have the ball that is, with that right there, that's not clear and obvious enough to overturn it.
Based off of this, would everybody agree the ruling on the field is upheld?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to uphold this ruling on the field.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Frank Howard Field, Tigers taking 6.5 minutes off the clock and 13 plays to get a 7-0 lead. There'll be no return. Florida State's going to start from its 25. The 2-point play on Clay Sweeney's behalf for Clemson went to review. Here's the game day operations center in Charlotte.
Helmet gets hit here, and then we have the ball that is, with that right there, that's not clear and obvious enough to overturn it.
Based off of this, would everybody agree the ruling on the field is upheld?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to uphold this ruling on the field.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks.
So there they went. And it's 8-0 Clemson on the Tigers' first 2-point attempt of the year. So now it's Thomas Castellanos' serve for Florida State. Sidearm shot on first down. And that's Deuce Robinson. And get a good look at Zero, coach, as he's tackled by Ashton Hampton on a gain of about 13 on the play.
Well,
this is a football player right there.
He sure is. I mean, he's a mismatch for just about any DB.
Sam Singleton, who had a terrific night last Saturday against Wake Forest, is the running back. First carry. Will Help had him for a moment. Singleton spins off that for 2. You see Tommy Castellanos is averaging almost 17 yards of completion. That's the most in FBS. Makai Danzy's second in FBS in yards per reception. And you see who's 5th, and that's Deuce Robinson. Second down. Castellanos to throw, rips it down the field off the hands of Jalen Lucas, who at one point in his college career played for the Clemson defensive coordinator Tom Allen at Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, this is a ball that could have been thrown a little bit better, but should have been caught. And came off a good play action fake where they had a couple of seam routes, and what they did was stretch the secondary. I like the call a lot. Obviously now we're rolling into third down. This is where we're going to see the ability for Clemson's defensive front against Florida State's offensive line. Here's the matchup, but they got to keep Castellanos in that pocket now and not let him out.
Robinson in the slot here to the near side. Castellanos with pressure. Backs up in the pocket, now shoots it to the far side. That's Sawchuk, the Oklahoma transfer, shoved out of bounds well short of the first down, and Florida State will have to punt on the stop by Khalil Barnes.
They were able to get Tommy Castellanos' eyes off of being downfield, made him reset his feet. Then he felt like he had to check it down. That's good defense, and that's what you have to do with Castellanos.
So with 7 minutes to go in the first period, Mike Norvell's team 4 plays, and now the punt from Max Cimento, redshirt junior from Daytona Beach. He hangs it high to Antonio Williams, and a fair catch is taken inside the Clemson 14. The Tigers have scored on their opening drive. Florida State's punted it away, and away we go tonight. There are a couple that stand out, and here's one that captivated America in 1988. Deion Sanders made his mark, called the shot on the punt return to the students, and then ran it back 76 yards toward the hill. And then Bobby Bowden, one of the all-time great trick plays, and Leroy Butler, who later created the Lambeau leap, Steve, goes down in Seminole history as the guy with the fumble of the punt Ruski, rather.
There have been some great players rolling through that place.
Both schools. Clemson comes in. They won 8 of the last 9. Here goes the freshman Davidson on the carry for right about
championships. I know.
Davidson on second down, and boy, what a backside tackle that is. Florida State rallying to the ball. That's KJ Sampson.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Stop. There's some kind of effort here.
Oh, and that big man, he was moving. I mean, he swallowed him up.
Yep.
Look at him. He's in the backfield, takes him, and throws him down on the ground. That's a violent tackle.
Yep.
He's a big man.
3rd and 4 for Clemson at its 20 here. Two backs now with Klubnik. They move Williams out to a slot on the right. Klubnik wants to throw. Looked right, shoots it that way, and oh boy, low throw. Tristan Smith padded to hit his chest, hit the shoulder pads, and said, "That one's on me." Smith did not finish the route. Klubnik threw it low and incomplete. That's 3 and out for the Tigers.
Yeah, what you're going to see here is they brought a simulated pressure. Klubnik had to pull the ball. He had to pull the ball back, and when he did that, he wasn't throwing with confidence. He also felt that pressure inside on his left eye, and that really altered that situation. But they got him with a simulated pressure, and once again, that's a 4-man rush with a D-line dropping out, and somebody from the linebacker secondary level comes.
The punt by Smith was bothered, and it's going to be a relatively short punt. I'm not sure Florida State didn't get a piece of it, but the ball is going to be placed in plus territory right around the 35-yard line of the Tigers. So the punt, a shot here.
I like a shot here on this short field right now. Yeah, this is that time.
Castellanos with Sawchuk in the backfield. He'll get the call on first down, and not much. A yard for Gavin Sawchuk. Comes into the ball game, averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Sammy Brown was there, and you see big Peter Woods out of Alabaster, Alabama.
Well, they played bare front in that right now. That's covering every down lineman, and they twisted and made a great defensive stop on that run. Put him in 2nd and long.
2nd and 9 it is. That's Randy Pittman in motion. Here's Castellanos looking for help. Oh, he's going to fire it down the field. Robinson there, and he was going stride for stride with Avion Terrell.
That Clemson's going to pin their ears back. You wonder if Florida State will throw some kind of quick screen draw here.
Tigers with 4, thinking about 5 defensively. Castellanos with 5 rushing, steps out of the pocket. He's got room. First down at the 20, 15, downshifts out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Ricardo Jones was just kind of a bystander, closing the angle on Tommy Castellanos.
This is just, you watch this. You can't have this happen right now. They let the inside A gap open. You have got to keep him in the pocket. You know that going into this game. That's the last thing you want to do is let this guy come running out of that pocket, and then he just extends the play. And look at the shift right now down inside the 10-yard line. You've got to level rush him.
2 to the boundary, 3 to the field. There's Singleton back in motion. Castellanos going to keep it again and drive inside the 10. That's a 1st and goal snap. Kobe McLeod in to make the tackle.
Just a quick little counter play where he sells the sweep to the field, but he's running that football. That's eye candy, so the quarterback can run the counter play inside. A lot of activity trying to neutralize his linebackers and the ends with all the eye candy, the sweep action, holding everybody to slow him down.
Tom Allen told us that guy 47 in the orange, Sammy Brown, he's the spy on Castellanos in some of their down and distance situations. And that time the ball got knocked loose. It's scrambled, and Clemson says they have it. No official word yet. Now the Tigers come out, and it's Jeremiah Alexander, the Bama transfer, who came away with it. And now referee Adam Savoy says it does indeed belong to the Tigers. So a look at it as we send you to a timeout.
What's going to happen?
A red zone opportunity here goes by the board.
What's going to happen here is he oversinks the ball past his front hip and tries to pull it late. That ends up in a turnover. It's Clemson's ball. Decision, and here we are.
And there's Gus Malzahn with Tommy Castellanos. Clemson takes over on the turnover off the 11. Here's Davidson, the freshman. Out for about 3, Dana.
Of course, Tommy Castellanos visibly frustrated when he's coming to the sidelines talking to Mike Norvell, and Gus Malzahn just waves him over and says, come down here and sit, son. Let's watch some film. I talked to Tommy Castellanos this week, and he said, what an honor it is to be coached by someone by the name of Gus Malzahn. Just always in the film lab, always watching, adapting. Pretty impressive coming from a head coach now to the offensive coordinator, Steve.
Dana, they're a really great combo. Castellanos' talents and Gus's tutelage, it's unbelievable.
Whoa, look out. Mandrell Desir, one of the Desir twins from Miami. That's his 3rd sack in the last 3 games and change. Another look here.
Yeah, there's a bust by the left guard, and what happened was they cut a guy free. That's a miscommunication up front by the offensive line. They actually could have had a high-low between the center and left guard. The left guard should have been out, and the tackle should have been out.
There's a quick throw, and the catch made, and upfield goes Bettencourt, the tight end. And Christian Bettencourt, freshman from Lake Moore, Illinois, tackled by Edwin Joseph. But another look here at Desir. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Those are the kind of hits you do not want to have happen on your quarterback. And that's a bad deal. And unfortunately, as a line guy, I hate to say it, that starts up front. And that's a quick game. That was supposed to be quick. They were cut blocking because it was a quick game. Get the ball out fast. And, man, that was mishandled.
After the touchdown drive in their opening possession, Clemson's gone 3 and out twice. Mandrell and his twin brother, Darrell Desir. Very excited at Florida State about those 2 guys. And fair catch of the punt by Squirrel White off the foot of Jack Smith. It's a 41-yard punt. The Noles will have. And then last week, things came into focus a little better for Castellanos and Florida State.
Wes, he's a streaky player, and he needs, he's a guy that when it's going real good, he seems to gain steam. So what they need to do is get his confidence right now. He needs to have some successes on this drive.
Noles from the 43. Quick shot here to the near side. Mekhi Danzy, who can really roll. Tackled by Wade Woodaz after a throw of right about 3. So it'll be right around the neighborhood of 2nd down and 7. Florida State comes in 510 yards of offense in Gus Malzahn's first year as the OC. That's #1 in the league and #1 nationally. But they are 6th in ACC play at 440 yards a game. There's a little delay, and they're going to run it with Singleton. He'll fight to midfield. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 on the Ricardo Jones tackle.
I notice what Clemson's doing right now is to stop this Florida State run game. They're playing what I said before, that bare front with someone 0 on the center, and then they cover the guards, and they put on outside edges on the tackles, and then they plussed it and brought Woodaz. So they're committed, Clemson, to stopping this run game of Florida State's.
They got Denoff in to play one of the rush-in spots. There's a snap. No flag. Castellanos going to throw for Robinson. Cannot pull it in against Ashton Hampton. By the way, that's a terrific matchup tonight. 6'2" Ashton Hampton from Tallahassee against Deuce Robinson, of course, the junior transfer from Southern Cal.
What's amazing is Deuce Robinson, for a guy 6'6", 225 pounds, he accelerated on that ball because Castellanos led him, and he laid out with that long frame of his, and I was like, wow, he's going to make this catch. I mean, that guy is a dangerous threat to Clemson.
Florida State came in 6th in the FBS in 3 and outs with only 8. This is their 2nd, as Chimento will punt it away, and Antonio Williams backs up right in front of the 10-yard line for the fair catch. So with 16 seconds to go in this first quarter, Tom Allen's defense has produced 2 3-and-outs on Florida State for these Tigers of Dabo Swinney in the first 3 possessions.
Well, Clemson jumped out here and gained some nice momentum early, but right now it's gotten a little bit back and forth, a little bit 3-and-out. See if, you know, Clemson can generate another drive here. I think they need that for their confidence. Both teams are fighting for confidence. Both teams have had their rocky moments this year, so it's going to be an interesting deal here, back and forth.
There's Tom Allen, we saw a moment ago, charging toward his team on the sideline. Klubnik and the Tigers from the 12 here. That's TJ Moore in motion. Quick throw here to the near side, caught by Williams. He slipped on the first guy, but not the second one. That first guy that almost grabbed him came in as Omar Graham, one of the linebackers, and it was finally Amari Williams, the sophomore from North Palm Beach,
I got to
who made
tell you,
the stop. Yes, sir.
I got to tell you, Wes, that was great defense.
Man, the bumpy road that they snapped out of last Saturday night's encouraging, but well, you're right back on it when you come up here to play. Here's Klubnik battling again. This is 3rd down to the near side, and he'll flip it up incomplete out of the box, so that will not be grounding. It'll be an incomplete pass. Darrell Desir, we saw him. So Squirrel White will be deep to take the punt from Smith, and White going to let it hit, and it's going to take a Tiger bounce inside the 35 and stop around the 31-yard line. So, and the 19th visit of Florida State here to Clemson. Chroma, Dusmaine Chroma is a big-time talent out of Lee County, Georgia. 6'1", 220-pound frame. He had a dozen carries for 63 at Florida State earlier this year.
They really like him. They feel like he's got a big future, and starting to really learn all facets of the position.
Roma checks out. Castellanos gets it to him. He dropped it. Incomplete. Right in front of Khalil Barnes. They were trying to get it to him in space.
I like what Florida State's doing right now. They're trying to go to the quick game in chopping. And I like that chopping stuff, because what that does is it makes the defensive line start to think about their legs. And they don't come off the ball as fast. That's why they're doing that. They're trying to slow down Clemson.
3rd down and 7. That's McCoy in motion. Castellanos on the pivot, shoots it to Chroma. He'll keep his feet and stretch for near the 1st down. Barnes was able to leverage him, and I think he's 2 yards shy. Did not quite get to the 40, so less than 2 full for the 1st down.
That was a great open field tackle, great acceleration by Barnes. This is a very aggressive decision right now by Florida State early in the game. They're on their own 39-yard line. You know, I'm sure the book says go for it, but this is one of those deals where you're holding your breath as the head coach. He's under center, might be a sneak.
8 on the play clock. Castellanos a play fake, gonna throw wide open. Randy Pittman dropped it. Could not finish the catch. He was wide open.
Well, this is a really good job here. They're able to get the wheel route off here. No one's covering them. It's a good enough pass, and that's just got to get caught right there. Wow, wide open. That's a real gutsy call by Gus Malzahn, and they don't connect on it, but not because it wasn't done well. It's because we just got to drop, and that happens. So now they've given Clemson the short field. That's the risk you take. Now the defense has got to make that play right.
Clemson has turned it over on downs in their last 3 possessions, 3 and out, and then punts to end every one of them. And now Klubnik in plus field at the Seminole 39. Got all the trappings of a pivotal point in the game. They're going to let Randall run it. And Adam Randall gets knocked back toward the 34 by Ashland Barker. There's a look at the Tiger possession chart. 13 plays, 75 yards, passing, running, Klubnik the keeper, Sweeney the 2-point play, 8-0, and now the last 3 series have been 3 and out. Now plus field, and it's 2nd and 5 after the Randall run.
Yeah, that was a beautiful run too. What a jump cut off the inside zone he made. I really like him. I think he's a heck of a football player.
Now a little flea flicker. They're going to throw it back to Klubnik. Pursuit coming. They're going to throw into the end zone. It's caught! Oh my goodness! Antonio Williams.
Well, that's called backyard football in a way because the timing was off. And when Klubnik had to reset his feet, he kind of chucks it up there. That's not where the route brought the play, but what a unbelievable play by Antonio Williams going up and just getting the ball. Really fantastic play.
19th career touchdown catch for Williams. Here's the point after from Hoosier, and it is good. It's now 15-0. Plus field territory. Randall back to Klubnik, and a flea flicker throw for Antonio Williams. Edwin Joseph is there, and Williams high points it for the touchdown.
Call momentum.
And they're not going to return the kick. Lucas hesitated. Steve, let's go back to the play a moment ago. I thought Lucas was getting ready to run that out.
Antonio Williams is going to sell the run. He's going to burst and come back. They're going to sell the fake, pitch it back to Klubnik, and we're going to see a really cool deal here. There you go, sink it back. Now Klubnik unfortunately had to move to his left, but he still found Antonio Williams, and he went up strong for the ball. Clemson is pedal to the metal, and they are going after this game, really emptying that bag right now. You love it.
Chroma back in the ball game to join Castellanos. The pitch to Chroma, and around the corner, my son Kelly from the Tiger position, first of the many to arrive on Deuceman Chroma.
I'll tell you, Wes, right about now, I think we got to get the ball for Florida State to old Deuce Robinson a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, that's a mismatch guy. He's an elite player, an NFL player, a first-round pick. You got to get the ball to him right now.
Roydell Williams checking into the ball game, coach. His 4th game of the year. Castellanos keeps it around the corner. He's going to get the first down, but Roydell Williams, the Alabama transfer, number 5 into the ball game. He played just 7 games in the last 2 years for Florida State. And look at this. Roydell lined up as if they were going Wildcat. Robinson in the slot. Castellanos wants to throw. He's going to take the deep shot downfield. This is Squirrel White, and he overthrows him by about 6 yards. So
that's that play. I tell you, they put 2 on the safety, and I really like the route, but the throw is off. Look at this run by Castellanos. You see how quick his feet are, Wes? I mean, he makes the guy miss. But we come back to the deep ball here right now, and he's got to make that play. And sometimes that's the problem when you have a runner as a quarterback. Believe it or not, they get tired, and that fatigue can set in. 2nd
and 10, pressure coming. Little bubble screen. This is Robinson. Deuce Robinson in, covers the 40 out toward the 42. So it's going to be about 3rd and 4 maybe for Florida State. Brandon Strozier helps make the stop. He's a sophomore from Lovejoy, south of Atlanta. You know, Mike Norvell and Gus Malzahn said we might see as many as 5 backs. We've seen 5 backs with Thomas Castellano already in this first half.
And they're all talented. They all can play. This down right here, be interested to see if we get a play action fake here, but I'd get it out to Deuce Robinson.
Castellanos misses on the throw, trying to get it to Jalen Lucas on the perimeter.
Yeah, I don't really like that call. You know, on 3rd and 5. I mean, I just think that it's not a good throw. You know, and anyways, you're going to see Castellanos' reaction. Yeah, that's frustration. That's not what you want to see on him because he's a very emotional player. But schematically, I don't love that on 3rd and 5. get the ball, bring Deuce Robinson in on some sort of crossing mesh routes, get him the football if you're going to throw it.
Cemento to punt it. Antonio Williams is deep. Boy, Cemento hammers this toward the corner, and it's going to bounce sideways. Look at that. Adazio even out on the Cape, working on the wedge.
Well, first, I don't know if that's a tease by Kelsey for another cardiac who's setup we got going on in Charlottesville there, but I've been really impressed with Cade Klubnik and his composure this week. He told me he had a chance to talk to Taj Boyd, and he asked him, how do I lead when things aren't going well? And when I spoke to Cade Klubnik, he told me it's been really difficult. Things have been really hard, but my job as a leader is to bring joy to those around me. And that's a student athlete that understands the bigger picture, Wes and Steve.
Steve, you're a fan of this kid, aren't you?
I am, and you know, maybe I wasn't so much early on, to be honest with you, but he's playing at a high level right now, and with adversity, playing his best football, and that's a sign of a champion.
Yeah, he was tough as nails in here last Saturday against Duke, and what ended up being a tight loss. Here's Davidson, the talented freshman from Lynchburg, Virginia, and of course, Cade Klubnik. And that is the one wrinkle about the Tiger program. Here's the 1st and 10 play after the run by Davidson, and they're going to hand it to Williams on the sweep. Antonio Williams, Edwin Joseph down the line will hold him to maybe a half yard. The one thing about the Clemson program, Steve, there are so many guys who have been part of the foundation Dabo Swinney has built here in 18 campaigns, that when Dana mentions he goes and spend time with Taj Boyd, if you do that, you got Taj Boyd. You got C.J. Spiller if you're a running back. You got guys who played here, coached here one way or the other, Steve. You got other guys that have been around the program who maybe now are just in a support role. It's amazing kind of the structure that when tough times hit, they've got familiar names and familiar people they can join to have that conversation. There's Olsen, Pat Henry short of the first down on the throw by Klubnik. So it's a 3rd down.
That's what that was all about.
And Garrett Riley and Dabo Swinney just called a timeout.
Clemson, they're first.
Something amiss, perhaps, for where the Tigers were going.
Yeah.
On the 3rd down and 3. Don't.
To the right, once again, to unwind what the defense is doing. That's why they're doing that.
Randall now will go to the left side. And he's got T.J. Moore over there. Here's Klubnik, looks left to start. Now trying to pick up the middle of the field. It's a crossing route, and it's T.J. Moore at the 40, up the near side, slung out of bounds once he reached Florida State territory by Jabril Rawls. And Rawls and Moore, little post-scrimmage mix-up into the Tiger bench.
This is so well done by Klubnik. I mean, finding that crossing route, because they were in zero coverage. They showed 7 and brought 6. The offensive line fell to the right. Klubnik had protection to the right. That was really, really well done at a high level. Everybody on the same page.
Davidson, still the running back with Klubnik. Off the midfield mark. Klubnik, a long throw. That's Cole Turner, the catch. It'll be his 9th catch of the year. Jerry Wilson knocked him out of bounds, shy of the first down. What's a long throw?
I used to hate these throws from one hash all the way across the field. You got to have a good arm. He showed good arm strength there. He's on a mission.
So 1st and 10, Florida State 39, and Davidson to work. He'll get right at 4 yards on the play. Let's go back now to this 24-yard throw to Moore from Klubnik. It's the end of the play that got Swinney fired up. And Rawls is aggressive tackle. And
yeah, I kind of agree with that, Dabo. I don't know about that. Slamming him to the ground like that. But that's a worthy conversation to have.
2nd down and 6. It'll be at the 35. Pat Henry, the tight end, kind of flexing here with Davidson and Klubnik in the backfield. The play clock down to 3. Clemson's got to get set. They do. And Davidson will keep digging, and I think he's going to be a yard shy on the Earl Little tackle. They have been talking about Gideon Davidson. Garrett Riley hinting to us it's really just about the timing and the confidence he's developed Highly recruited, the #3 running back in the ESPN 300 a year ago out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Born in Ghana, this young man has got a very bright future.
He's got exceptional feet. You saw him jump cut on a dime right there. He sure does have a great future. What a talent.
3rd down and short. And they're going to hand it to him again, and that's a 1st down run for Davidson. And I said this last week, Steve and Dana, when we were here, and I was reminded walking through the Reeves facility building at Clemson yesterday, when they gave him number 9, they had an expectation. Because not only did 2-time ACC Player of the Year Travis Etienne wear number 9, so did Wayne Gallman. Steve, you remember Wayne Gallman, don't you?
I don't.
No, you lie.
No.
Yes, you do. Wayne Gallman rifled you guys. Come on now. Of course you do.
Wes springs this stuff on you, man.
Wayne Gallman.
He's got history for days. It's like, wait
a second. Wayne Gallman,
honesty,
Travis Etienne. You remember all those guys?
I do now that it's sinking in on me.
That's
but holy
exactly
cow.
right.
I'm watching the field. I'm like, what?
Well, moral of the story is you don't just wear the number 9, you are the number 9.
Thank you.
No, the
Let me
moral
wrap
of
that up
the
for you
moral
guys
of the
up
story, Dane, is I better stay on my toes with Wes because we could be focused on one thing. He's talking about history, man. Wow. I went to Central Connecticut. It wasn't like I went to Harvard or something, man. Holy moly.
You didn't go to the Harvard of the South?
No, I didn't go to Harvard of the South. Elon, no.
Wow. Yeah, speaking of Connecticut, oh boy. Constitution State with a win today. Non-conference victory for the Huskies.
Oh, yeah, that was a great win for UConn, but not so good for Duke.
More of that coming up at the half for Kelsey. Here's Klubnik being forced from the pocket, throws end zone, and Bettenker was the closest Tiger there, and he almost ended up in somebody's seat. Jaden Jones was flushing Klubnik from the pocket.
You know, I like you like his thought. He's trying to go for the touchdown, but he was outrunning that thing. He would have had some real yards here if he just ran it, you know, and he's got good speed right here. He's going to outrun 44, but I mean, he saw him in the corner. He took a shot at it. Give him credit. Now they go to 3rd down. This is one of the longer 3rd downs they've had tonight here at 3rd and, you know, probably about 6 or 7. So they're back in an empty, unwind the defense again with the motion back to the backfield.
Tony White, the defensive coordinator of Florida State, trying to get his team off the field here. Klubnik dancing in the pocket, now going to dump it underneath. That Smith couldn't keep his feet under the play of Barker.
Yeah, that offensive line, Wes, has really, I think, stepped up the last 2 weeks. I was critical a few weeks ago, a couple weeks coming into the game, but they're playing much better, and you got to give them a lot of credit.
Yep, and I thought we might see Nolan Hoosier here, the Tiger field goal kicker. We're not on 4th and 5.
Yeah.
Now, is Dabo Swinney going to wind this down, call a timeout, or they're going for this?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's pedal to the metal, as he said, but wow.
Adam Randall in the backfield. Play clock down to 5. Now the timeout. There's the timeout from Swinney. 2:35 to go in this first half. Now, any points, field goal or otherwise, make it a 3-possession game. Now, Mike Norvell's team will have the ball at the start of the second half and any remaining time in this first half to try and cut into the deficit.
I got to tell you, though, Wes, I think maybe you kick the field goal here, you know, and take the points. I mean, to your point, that's 3 scores.
Right.
You know, and that's a long 4th down. If this was 4th and 1 or 2, I'm with it all the way.
Yeah.
But at this down and distance, I'd kick it.
I think that's, and Nolan Hoosier's come out. Tiger kicker is 8 of 10 on the year. His longest is 50 at Boston College. He is 77% in his career. He's 19 of 26 in his career against the ACC. This is 40 yards to make it an 18-0 game. Kick is away, and it is good. So, 2:31 to go first half. 18-0 Tigers. And 2.5 to go. Mike Norvell's going to have all 3 timeouts, but boy, Florida State's had some chances here, Steve. Just not able to convert.
Yeah, I mean, the missed opportunity to throw, the fumble down here in the low red zone, and then another drop ball. I think they're not helping Tommy Castellanos right now. He's made enough good throws And I think the confidence level has dropped a little bit here, and they've got to get that back.
And the kick will be through the back of the end zone over Lucas's head from Robert Gunn. We got men's basketball coming up for you Friday night, 7 Eastern. Number 6 Duke welcomes the Sycamores of Indiana State to Cameron. And then 25th North Carolina takes on NC Central. Lavelle Moton's Eagles make the short ride over. Both games on ACC Network and the ESPN app next Friday night. We had a doubleheader last night. People got to see wins by Clemson and NC State. Duke and Carolina this Friday night. We're getting you right into basketball. We go to the second week of the regular season with our coverage here on ACC Network. Singletary, the running back, or Singleton rather, the running back. The Castellanos trying to get to the near side off the 25, pulled down by Woodaz. Clock continuing to run.
They baited him pretty good on that play. The end crashed down. He was reading the end, whether to give the ball in the counter or pull it. And the end baited him. He came down, but they looped an interior defensive lineman out. And they fooled Tommy Castellanos on a play. That's good defense by Clemson.
Roydell Williams has come into the backfield. And there's the 2-minute timeout. So we'll step aside. Mike Norvell and the Noles behind the sticks, trailing 18-0 first half. Wow. Okay, Kelsey. Set tight, 2 minutes to go. Florida State's got all 3 timeouts. Second down and 13. Roydell Williams in the backfield. Castellanos to work. Wants to shoot it down the field. Rips it for Deuce Robinson at the 30. And he got shoved back by Ashton Hampton. Tom Allen told us more often than not it was going to be Ashton Hampton and Deuce Robinson. And Adazio and I were ready to buy a ticket right there, weren't we? That's a heck of a matchup right there.
That's a heck of a matchup. I mean, those are 2 real good football players.
You see the struggles tonight for Florida State. Dabo Swinney's defense, Tom Allen's unit has been on the point since we kicked it. Third down, Castellanos again, near side caught. And that is LaWayne McCoy.
Really good job by the offensive line, giving Tommy Castellanos time, and then he set his feet. He threw a really nice ball. That's a confidence builder. They're now on the positive side of the field, so this is a good drive for Florida State.
Gus Malzahn checking that chart. Randy Pittman and Deuce Robinson to the bottom of the screen. Makai Danzy and White to the top. Castellanos long throw, and Avion Terrell broke up the ball, headed for McCoy. So it'll be second down and 10 with 76 seconds to play in the first half. Florida State still got all 3 timeouts here.
He's late with that throw, Tommy Castellanos. That could have been picked the other way. I really like Avion Terrell. I like the way he plays. He's aggressive with his break on the ball. That was good defensive play.
2-by-2 look. Tigers bring 4. Quick throw, dropped. Danzy could not clutch it right around the 41.
It was not a good throw, but he should have caught it. But that throw was one of those ones that was knuckling going downhill. He made a beautiful throw, and now he comes back, and that's not a good throw. Put him in 3rd and long. 3rd and long is a tough down here. You wonder if they're going to drop him back right now and try to throw for a 10-plus play, or are they going to throw some sort of quick screen?
Bunch of orange shirts on the line, Coach.
Yeah, that's that front they like to play where they have 6 up.
Here they come, all 6 of them. Quick throw. In traffic, the catch is made. That's Landon Thomas, the sophomore from Colquitt County. Mike Norvell going to take a timeout. Ronan Hannafin makes the stop. It is 4th to the boundary, 3 to the field. Pressure coming. Castellanos up in the pocket. Now going to tuck and run. Here to the near side. First down and more. Castellanos at the 20. 15. Slides right around the 13-yard line. There's a flag thrown in behind the play by the center judge. They're spotted to play to the 14 with 55 seconds left. 26-yard run by Tommy Castellanos.
Yeah, they're going to look at Woodaz right here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 17. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. But automatic first down.
The crowd doesn't like it, but that's the right call.
Yeah, I mean, he's the defenseless player at that point. You can't do that. My question is, you're Clemson. You can't let him out of the pocket like this. We already talked about this. That's what he does best, is he comes out of the pocket.
So they will start on the snap with 55 seconds left. Castellanos has got Gavin Sawchuk with him. 3 receivers and Randy Pittman, the tight end. Inside the 10. Ball at the 7. Snap to Castellanos. To his right. Now looks back. Scrambling from pressure. He'll throw. End zone. It's intercepted. But he was out of bounds. Khalil Barnes within a whisker of his 8th career interception, and it would have been his first this year.
You know, it's interesting. You know, on that last play, was he out of bounds? I mean, I want to see a slow-mo of this. Or did he land on his leg? He landed on his leg. The left foot, I think, landed on the leg. Watch it here. Watch.
Left foot, the heel hits the white, Coach.
Yes, it does.
Timeout. Clemson, their 3rd and final. 30 seconds.
So Dabo Sweeney calls the timeout. It'll be 2nd and goal for Florida State at the 7. Clemson out of timeouts. You see Florida State has 2 remaining. One more look at this play by Barnes. And the back heel hits in the white and on the orange. So,
but he did come down with that foot on the leg, and then it slid off the leg and came down.
And the video board here showing that the foot hits and then the heel hits out of bounds. Now, we'll let you know what they elect to do.
Yard line, 47 seconds left. Clemson's with an all-up look. Look, they're giving him a 0 coverage look. 0 man. Let's see if someone bails out.
Castellanos in the gun. Pressure right up the middle. Shoots it end zone. It is caught. Deuce Robinson. Did he hold on? Now they'll call it incomplete. I thought he trapped it on his right hip.
Oh, man.
For a moment, it looked like Robinson had trapped it on his hip. Right in front of Hampton. Look at that. He does have it on the hip. Wow.
Wow.
Steve.
I mean, you got to secure it through contact with the ground.
Yep.
Did he have it long enough? That one, that's an interesting one right there. Wow.
Back-to-back snaps.
Probably the right call there. Probably the right call, but wow.
3rd and goal at the 7, and now Mike Norvell going to take a timeout.
Florida State, their 2nd.
Think about the 2 plays we've just seen here. It looked like Khalil Barnes was going to get a pick at the pylon. The heel hits, right?
Yeah.
Deuce Robinson has the football trapped on his right hip. Watch the ball, watch Robinson. And to your point, Steve, when he hits the ground, does he have control?
I mean, it almost looks like he does long enough. But it's very close. But I'd love to hear the interp on that.
Now here we go again. We're going to show this to you live and real speed. This is a bang-bang play.
Yeah, in real speed, to your point, You know, it looks like maybe he did not have control through contact with the ground.
Yep.
I mean, that's how hard it is on these officials, man. They do a great job. I mean, wow.
3rd down and goal at the 7 again. Boy, bang, bang plays here. Matter of inches. Castellanos with time. Throws, end zone, sliding catch, caught. Touchdown, LaWayne McCoy.
And this is classic Tommy Castellanos. He bought enough time with the scramble to find him running across the back of the end zone. And made a nice throw.
And with 33 seconds left, Florida State on the board for the first time. Jake Weinberg to try the point here. And the review they're showing here in the stadium of McCoy rolling to the ground with the football.
I thought the policy was it automatically got reviewed. Yeah.
So now remember, slot right, and Castellanos improvises to wait on McCoy. Now he got knocked out of bounds by Barnes and then comes back in to make the catch.
Yeah.
But if Barnes shoved him out of bounds, he can come back in to the field of play as an eligible receiver.
And then you have the end of the catch. Did he?
That the receiver was forced out, reestablished, and caught a touchdown pass.
Yes. So, Adam, we looked at the receiver. He was forced out and then reestablished back in. We were able to identify all of those parts. Now this is the part that we're identifying
whether or not
the catch.
Program's not showing any replays now.
All right, on replay B, I don't see any loss of control. Do you?
No. Correct. We have control of the ball with 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah.
And then he's going to the ground.
And he's just securing it there.
And he's securing it there. I would agree there.
We're going to uphold the
so
ruling
based off of this look, I'm looking at anything else that we have. So based off of replay B, there's nothing to be able to overturn this.
And this look is not in our system, so it had to come in.
All right, so after further review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Bucket's empty.
Yes.
Agreed. Yes, the ruling on the
thank
field
you.
is upheld. Thank you.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
So the 7-yard touchdown pass to LaWayne McCoy stands. 10 plays, 75 yards, and 158 for the Noles to get on the board.
I was a little surprised watching that. I thought maybe he might have used the ground to help him secure it at the end, but I understand the call was a touchdown on the field too.
And Weinberg drives it through, and then he got knocked to the ground by Hampton, and they're throwing a flag on top of this. So Adam Savoy talking to Florida State.
The try is good.
So there you go. And with 33 seconds left, it's 18-7. Florida State gets the ball at the start of the second half again first. Boy, Dana Steve, what a wild final 2 minutes and 31 seconds we've seen here. We still got a half of it, 33 seconds of it left here.
Yeah,
Score by Clemson.
Yeah.
And we'll watch Weinberg kick it away. Dana's going to try and get a word with Dabo Sweeney here when the first half comes to a close. And this kick will not be returned. So Clemson out of timeouts here. I suspect will just touch a knee. And then Dana will talk to the all-time winningest coach in ACC history, Dabo Sweeney. 185 career wins coming into tonight.
Yeah, I think, they'll open up, maybe hand the ball off, see if they get a big explosive run play and go from there. But at this point, with no timeouts, unless they hit something big right out of the gates here, I suspect they'll get it to half.
Klubnik working on 135 yards on 11 of 16, and he's just going to hand it inside. Randall will get to the 28. And the Tigers can't stop the clock. Darrell Jackson, first time we've called the big man in the middle's name tonight. 6'5", 337, fifth year out of Havana, Florida. Big number 9 for the, or 6 rather, for the Noles.
He's a great player.
Yes, he is.
He's going to play for a long time in the NFL. Those guys that can be powerful at the point, inside as noses, and they're hard to find. He's a good player.
So Dabo Swinney going to wave his team to the locker room as the clock hits 000 here at the break. And we'll go downstairs. 73 yards total. And then 75 on the last one. They got the McCoy touchdown. And there will not be a return by Roydell Williams. So Florida State's going to start from its 25, and Dana caught up with Mike Norvell.
Well, Steve will love this report from Coach Mike Norvell. I said, how do you want to start the third quarter? He said, we need to score. But in all seriousness, he also expanded upon that. He said, we've got to limit the productivity of Clemson offensively. He said we gave up too many explosive plays. But he said that touchdown to end the second quarter was so critical for our confidence and momentum here.
I agree with that.
I agree with that as well. So they have a chance to come back out with the ball, re-energize. Now let's see what they do with that football. On the flip side, Clemson, as Coach Swinney said, needs to play a great series of defense.
Jalen Lucas in the backfield. The play fake from Castellanos. Now Tommy's in trouble. He'll fire it out on the perimeter. That's Lucas. He got belted on the catch by Woodaz. That'll be a loss of 7 on the play.
Yeah, that's a dangerous play. He got trapped in the pocket and flung it out there kind of almost half blindly. That's a high risk, low reward play right there. Put him in second and almost 20. Tough deal.
Will help, by the way, the pressure in the pocket on Castellanos. Williams is the back now for Tommy. Sidearm shot to Robinson. First down 35. Deuce Robinson out toward the 40-yard line. Man. Ashton Hampton, Ricardo Jones, 2 Tigers to get 0 on the ground.
This, Deuce Robinson, he snaps off of his route, but look what he gets after the catch. I mean, he gets a curl route and he gets another 10 yards.
Castellanos taking the shot. Robinson's out of bounds.
That's 2 shots for Castellanos. He took one on the last play. Now he took a hard one here.
TJ Parker.
Oof. Wow.
Belted pretty good here, it looks like.
Yeah, he really takes a hit here. I mean, underneath the throwing arm, underneath the armpit, those can do shoulder damage right there. Those are tough hits.
There's TJ Parker out of Phoenix City, Alabama. That's season high 7 tackles against SMU. Here's the give, and this is Lucas. Boy, around the corner and a first down. Jalen Lucas, cat quick, was able to turn the corner and pick up the first down yardage. And all of a sudden, Florida State's got a pass to Robinson and a Lucas run here, and it feels like they're trying to start the fire on offense.
Well, that's that signature power read play that Gus has ran for forever, and Florida State runs a lot of it. And it's a read for Castellanos to run the power or to hand off the sweep, and he circled the field with the sweep.
First down and 10. 44-yard line of the Tigers now for Florida State. Trailing by 11 in the game. Castellanos, another pump for Pittman, and almost intercepted. Incomplete for Randy Pittman. Khalil Barnes, I think, made a, it is a catch for Pittman. Look at this throw. Barnes almost picked it, and it did arrive in time for Randy Pittman, Steve.
Wow, I didn't think that he caught it, but yeah, I mean, incredible. It could have went the other way. He was late with the throw, but they got away with it and had another big completion and get another first down.
Boy, what a catch by Randy Pittman.
Yeah, incredible.
He played for Malzahn at UCF. 67 career catches coming into the ballgame. He had 5 for 56 in his last 2. Singleton, the freshman in the game. He'll get the carry. Singleton burst through the middle. Ran right into the umpire and then falls forward to the 20 for another Florida State first down. 12-yard run for Singleton, who had 91 yards and a touchdown last Saturday against Wake Forest.
Well, they
run it again.
Clemson on the play before brought a nickel blitz and got out of their gaps. And Florida State hit him in that open gap. Lucky for Clemson, the official made the stop.
Yeah. That's Danny Worrell, long time ACC official.
He does a nice job. He's got good feet.
Danny,
stay on his feet, man. I would have went down on that play.
He's been tracking in this league a long time, Steve. He wasn't going to go down. Castellanos, second down, throws, and it is offline, incomplete. Trying to dial. Corey Gibson made the play on a throw for Danzy, I believe. Another look here.
Yeah, again, he's late on that throw. So these are some of these throws you just wonder if eventually they're going to jump one and get an interception here. Got to be careful if you're Florida State.
Mike Norvell really wanted a flag for pass interference. Sawchuck's coming to ball game. This is third down and a full 8. 3 minutes and change gone here in quarter 3.
They're showing 7, showing 0 coverage again. See if someone drops out of this.
Pressure. Castellanos in the pocket. Sack. Avion Terrell. They brought everybody who had a free hand, Steve.
Well, they showed 7. They brought 6. And they got home on them, you know. Avion Terrell made the play. But, I mean, I tell you, I think that's really difficult. That show 6, show 7. You know, you're the quarterback. You're saying, I can't block them all. Which one's coming? The offensive line's got to sort through it. Now, of course, you're in 0 coverage.
So here is Weinberg to try and draw Florida State closer. 40 yards away. And he missed it. Pushed it wide to the right. Third miss of the year for Weinberg. That's a gut punch for the Noles now.
So I was just going to say, I mean, that is a tough deal right there. You know, the momentum shift.
9 plays for Florida State and nothing to show for it when we come back to Clemson. Golly, the upside down drum line brings us back. Here's a fake, and the handoff straight ahead is Davidson, who slips, or that's Randall, slips down after a gain of about 3. It'll be second down and 7 on the next snap for the Tigers, who have an 11-point lead after Weinberg missed the 40-yard field goal a moment ago. Dabo Sweeney's team gets a reprieve after a pretty good drive by Florida State, Steve, to put them in scoring position. Just the 3rd miss of the year, by the way, for Weinberg.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he feels terrible about that. And this is the way football goes. Get ready for what's coming next.
Here's Klubnik, long throw again, and TJ Moore, did he catch it? He did. Tiger first down at the 37 of Florida State. Jerry Wilson in coverage for the Seminoles. Long throw for just a 12-yard gain.
That's an NFL arm right there, though. He put that thing pretty much on a rope out there. That's impressive.
Second time we've seen Klubnik go the long way.
Yes,
Steve.
yes it is. He's running the ball. He's throwing the ball. He's doing everything he has to do as leader of this team today.
First down and 10. Almost 5 minutes gone in this third. Another first down throw. This is Williams. Almost got tripped up. Kept his feet. Antonio Williams into Florida State territory. Blake Nicholson retraced his steps at linebacker to get him on the ground at the Noles 38-yard line. So 12 and now 19 yards in the last 2 throws by Cade Klubnik.
Watch his balance here right now. Catches the ball. Watch him balance. Oh, they cut it short, but he balanced and came back. What an athlete.
Klubnik with time. Dumps it to Randall. Leaking to the far side, and Adam Randall stays on his feet toward the 25 of Florida State.
You're seeing some big-time athlete, big-time plays right now. Look at this on the replay here. after he catches the ball here, watch him with his balance now. He's going to make a cut up the field. They have him around the legs. They can't get him down. I mean, he's running through arm tackles. That's a lot of yardage by 2 players right there. That was a quick with the ball down to close to the 20-yard line.
Mike Norvell talking to Jerry Wilson, who came out of the ball game after Randall got 20. Clemson on the attack again toward the red zone with an 11-point lead. Here's Klubnik. Bailing from the pocket, he'll just sail it out of bounds. Pressure coming from the second level. KJ Kirkland for Florida State. Terrific catch in the seats.
And they brought a little nickel pressure off the edge. I mean, it's a standard way to add an extra man to the box. Klubnik does a nice job of making a move here, but then off balance he gets hit, and that's hard on the ankle. Watch right here when he takes a hit right here. Just a boom right there, and then he catches his cleat. It's hard on that high ankle sprain.
2nd down 10. In the flat, Davidson with blockers in front. And Gideon Davidson tackled at the 10. That'll be 1st and goal. 13-yard play. Kirkland another tackle out of the Florida State secondary.
I mean, can we give a little love to Walker Parks, number 64, for his in the open field, his big-time block that sprung that play. Wow, big man on the loose.
Randall comes in on the ball game, 1st and 10. 1st and goal at the 10. They're going to bring Williams through the formation. And Klubnik going to get sacked. Ashlyn Barker, the safety, fires through again. All right, Coach, I'll give you Walker Parks here. A little lineman 1,000 for you.
Oh, wow, the right guard, number 64. Watch him get downfield here. Bam! He just wipes the thing out and opens the play. I mean, look at that play. That's an athlete right there. We're talking about those skill guys. A big number 64 Parks at 6'5", 310 in the open field. Appreciate that, America.
How about that? 3,000 snaps tonight.
Woo.
8th in Tiger history for Parks.
I might have to make him a dude. He's a dude. Automatic dude entry.
So you got the old school face mask, huh? So here's Klubnik after the sack and hands to Randall, who burrows toward the original line at the 10. Edwin Joseph on the tackle. If you're Florida State now, if you have to allow points, listen to this.
Ooh. Oh, wow. For everyone who wants to know, that's ball. That's ball. And I love Randall. I'm falling in love with Randall right now.
Okay.
I mean, look at the way he runs, his physicality, his agility. Wow. And now they run up on this 3rd down play, big 3rd down play. They've got, they're in a 4 wide set right now. They're going to protect him, and he's going to take a crack at the end zone here.
Klubnik, quick throw, perimeter catch. Williams taken out of bounds at the 5. So it'll be 4th and goal from there, and here's Hoosier to try and cover the rest of this. And Florida State, if they have to allow points, this would be all you would want them to get because it's still a 2-possession game.
Yeah, and I think Clemson's doing the right thing, taking the points and making it a full 2-possession game.
Yep.
You got what's demoralizing was you take these drives and you come away with no points, which is what happened to Florida State before. So getting points here, obviously it's not a gimme until it's done, but getting points is critical.
Early in the half from 40, this is from 23 here in the 3rd. And the kick is good by Nolan Hoosier. 6:01 to play. Quarter 3 here in Clemson. Tiger lead is 2 touchdowns when we come back on ACC Network. In Chestnut Hill against Boston College, who lost today to SMU. And Clemson going to come back on defense, Dana.
Well, Tom Allen, the defensive coordinator for Clemson, is a happy man. He's so animated on the sidelines and very beloved by his defense. And he told us, we've had the pleasure of covering Clemson the last few weeks. He said, I had to make the move from the booth to the field so I could look players in the eye and I could feel their energy and give them that in-game correction, Steve.
Yeah, he is a player's coach, and he has a lot of juice and a lot of energy. I like him on the sideline. Players need that, man. Everybody wants to get energy from their coach. Good thing.
Sam Singleton, the running back. He'll get the call here on 1st down. Nice forward lean. He'll get 7 before Jeremiah Alexander makes the tackle. Steve, here's the other thing, too. And Tom Allen, we know, was at Penn State last year. They had Abdul Carter, terrific defense, right? First year at Clemson. People should not forget the job he did at Indiana.
No.
As the head coach. And Kurt Cignetti gets a lot of credit for what's happened there in 2 years, and rightly so. Here's Singleton again. But the work Tom Allen did, trying to get Indiana to the football business, and the way things are going, I mean, he had Michael Penix, he had Jalen Lucas, who we're seeing tonight, handful of other guys that are around the NFL. He did a marvelous job in Bloomington, just did not, by his own admission, we just didn't get enough wins.
Right, but he did have a number of wins.
Yeah.
He did a great job there.
3rd and short. Here comes Singleton bursting through the hole into the Tigers secondary. Now a flag is being thrown behind the play on the Hannafin tackle. Is this a hold on Florida State? If so, it's going to negate a pretty good run here of 15 or 16 yards.
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 57. 15-yard penalty, it's 3rd down. Micah
Pettis, the right tackle, transfer from Ole Miss. That's the first Seminole penalty of the night.
It happened late in the play. You're going to see it. It's not here. It's going to come after the runner clears right there. He's got his hand under the. That's a good call by the official.
Jaheim Lawson, the defensive end, who had his arms in the air the minute Pettis disengaged.
That's a bad penalty. Now look at this. Now we're in 3rd and just a little under 20 when it would have been a 1st down. Those are the things that make big differences in football games and would hurt teams.
Lawson moving around 15 in the orange. Meanwhile, Castellanos with 1 on the play clock. They snap it to him. No flag. We're playing football here. Castellanos to his right. He will throw it up the far side. Mike Norvell, I think, tried to get a timeout called. Castellanos threw it in the neighborhood of Squirrel White, the Tennessee transfer. And the Noles are going to go 3 and out here.
3 and out, lost field position. Clemson, if they can get a little bit of a return, have a good opportunity to have a short field here. So, again, momentum. Got to be, it's the Big Mo. Who can capture the Big Mo? Right now, it's on Clemson's side.
Max Cimento to punt it away. Antonio Williams stands at the 36 for the Tigers. Oh, a little end over end. It'll top spin. And what was that, touch by Clemson? I don't believe it was. 33-yard punt is all it is. No return by Williams. And near the midfield mark for Dabo Swinney's team with a 2-touchdown lead. Seven Clemson, and a moment ago, Ronan Hannafin almost drew the ire of Adazio up here.
I mean, come on, Ronan. It's called a poison call. Poison, poison. The whole place is screaming. Get away from the football, my God. You talk about why coaches have, stress problems.
48-yard line, and Klubnik goes down under the pressure of Deontay McCray, throwing an incomplete pass. Blake Miller helps him up. I'm not sure how much good that's doing after. Look at McCray here around the corner.
Man,
6'4", 290.
Yeah, that's not a hit you want your quarterback taking right there. He got crumpled. Watch his legs crumple here. Right there. Oh, gosh.
The Tigers, 2nd and 10. Off their 48. 2-touchdown lead for Clemson. They've beaten Florida State 8 of the last 9 times. Davidson lowers the shoulder, drives for about 8 or 9 into Florida State territory at the 43. Stephon Thompson, who played at both Nebraska and Syracuse for defensive coordinator Tony White, makes the tackle.
I mean, I love that football. Let's see more of that football right there. They're running the ball well tonight. Keep that run game going. It's 3rd and 2. Give it to the back. Let's go get the first down here right now. Come on, offensive line. This is your chance to put the team on your shoulders and keep the drive alive. On the flip side here, Florida State's, they've got to add to the box here to stop the run.
3rd and 1. They're going to hand it to Davidson, and he did not get there yet. And they're going to spot this short. Yeah. Earl Little Jr. was the first gold hat in the mix. There you see 7 Thompson, who, by the way, playing in his 54th career game tonight at his 3rd school.
I tell you what, Wes. I like the fact that now Adam Randall's. I mean, I like Gideon Davidson a lot, but he's not as big. That play called for a big back. I would have had Adam Randall in there. I mean, you may get him here. Either he's going to sneak it or he's going to hand it to him.
Peter Woods straight ahead. Dive play by the big man.
Or you give it to Peter Woods.
3-yard gain for Woods.
Give it to the plus 300-pounder.
Now, Dana, this is athletic. We've had this discussion.
Can confirm he's still petitioning to be listed as ATH on the roster. And I asked him this week, I said, well, what do you got to do for Dabo to change it on the roster? He says, I think I have to throw a touchdown.
Throw a touchdown?
Throw a touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what I say right now? Let's just win a game.
Spoken like a true Coach Adazio.
Yeah.
Let's win the game here, fellas. Come on.
Hey, Steve, he is the first player in the last 20 years with a rushing touchdown and a sack in the same game.
Yeah, that's good.
Here is Klubnik winding up on a new fresh set of downs and launching here to the near side. And that is Tristan Smith with the catch. It just sat right down at the 25 for the first down. 14-yard throw from Klubnik. Cade's in his bag tonight. 385 yards on 36 attempts last week and 2 scores against Duke. It's not that big a number, but it is 219 on 24 throws with 17 completions.
He's the most consistent quarterback right now in the field. And
yeah, of the two, no question.
Right now.
Yeah.
We got a lot of ball left here. But, he's been pretty consistent in his play, and Clemson's offense has been fairly consistent.
Yeah, it's been a tough night for Castellanos. He's 12 of 26 for 107. And, boy, that's going nowhere.
No,
Elijah Herring got Klubnik right off the snap. That's the 2nd time, maybe the 3rd time, Steve, I can recall off the top, where Florida State has just been able to stay home and make the play behind the line quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that was a read play by Klubnik to either hand a sweep off or run the Q counter, and it wasn't well blocked, and he got destroyed right now. I'm still saying, let's hand it to Adam Randall right now. Hand it to him. Let's run behind him a little bit here. Don't get bored with that now.
Tough to hand it to Randall. Play fake to Davidson. Klubnik wants to throw. This is Olsen Pat Henry, the tight end. And they're not going to get much out of that. Barker, boy, really like the redshirt junior transfer from Iowa Western Community College, Ashland Barker.
For an injury to a defense.
Almost walked ourselves into one at State College today.
That was wild.
Yeah, it was. Here's Klubnik on 3rd down and long, and that is T.J. Moore, tackled pretty promptly by Blake Nicholson. And here comes Hoosier to try and add another 3 points, and that'll turn it into a 3-possession deficit for Florida State if he converts.
Yeah, they ran a little screen there, and Florida State was having none of it. They tracked it right down. So
you see Dabo Swinney's mark since 2011 when leading after 3 quarters. Won 148 of 155.
Wow.
This will be 43 yards. And the kick is perfect. So 2 field goals, 23 and now 43 for Nolan Hoosier. And Clemson's lead is 17 points with 14-18 to go in the ball game.
3-score game. 14 minutes left. Florida State needs to be aggressive here and strike. They need to throw some down the field shot plays here in this drive. Try to create some big explosive plays.
9 plays, 28 yards, 4:56 on the time of the drive for the Tigers. And Deuce Robinson tonight, 4 catches, 55 yards.
And oh, by the way, you have a 6'6", 225-pound guy to go up and play jump ball with.
Yep.
I'm saying let's run a fade to him.
So the pyrotechnic smog smoke kind of encompassed the bowl here at Death Valley. There'll be no return, and Florida State's going to start from its 25. Well, if this is the first time you've seen Deuce Robinson, he is terrific. This young
fan as a little kid, but he decided to go at USC so he could play both college baseball and college football before transferring to Florida State.
They flip it to Danzy on the reverse. Makai Danzy with a first down, and finally pulled down by Kobe McLeod around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, well, nice time for a little bit of an explosive play. So that's in that bag right there where you need a hit.
Castellanos on first down. Robinson the catch at the 48. So Deuce Robinson now has got his 5th catch on his 9th target of the night. And he comes into the ball game. I mean, he's 3rd in the ACC in yardage, almost 700 yards. He's over that tonight. He's 3rd in yards per game at 86. Castellanos to his right has room, and he'll just angle out of bounds.
You got to keep him in the pocket, Clemson. You can't let him out right now. 3rd down, and you know it's 3rd and 3. These downs are good downs for the offense. They should be winner downs percentages. So,
by the way, Castellanos gave a yard back there, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
2 play.
I saw it. I was looking and saying, what the heck, dude? This is a big drive here, man.
Yep.
He's a tough guy. I mean, go get it.
Chroma going to move around. Play clock at 10. Clemson now stacks the line again. Going to hand it to Chroma. He'll bounce and now get to the outside, and look at the freshman go. Chroma to the 39 of Clemson before Hannafin gets him on the ground.
Wow. I mean, they had that 7-up package. They loaded the box. Yeah, then they hand the ball off. He runs into the line. There's nothing there. He bounces it, and no one capped the edge.
Castellanos. Oh, it was deflected, and then it was caught by LaWayne McCoy.
What a play. I mean, two plays right now that just happened back to back. You're saying, wow, what just happened there?
So 2nd and short. Here's the toss, and a flag gets thrown. This procedure. Adam Savoy.
Ball start offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, let's go back a play ago. And this Castellanos to, oh, that is Kobe McLeod. Castellanos, McLeod, McCoy is the double play combination.
They were just in a short situation, and now they're back up, and now it's a 7-yard deal on 2nd down. These mistakes are killers. This is what creates inconsistency on offense.
Singleton in the ball game with Castellanos. Here comes the pressure from Sammy Brown. Look at Castellanos turn the corner. He'll slip down near the 35. Maybe a yard, maybe not.
They brought a 6-man pressure out of Bear defense, but they need somebody here to cap the other side of this defense so that they're gap sound, and it didn't happen. That's how Castellanos came running out of here. They lost contain. They got to keep contained. It would have been a negative yardage play. But it's 3rd down and 7 now. You talk about critical downs in the game. This is one of them right here. Empty set.
Snap to Castellanos. Wants to throw from the pocket. Here he goes again. Now fires, and it's off the hands. Incomplete. Squirrel White was the intended receiver. Strozier was there for the Tigers. And with 11 to go and trailing 17 plus territory, and Florida State's going for it on 4th down.
Clemson has got to keep him in the pocket. They've got a level rush inside, not open up running lanes right now. I don't know what, they're showing 7 up again, and they're showing 0. I can't believe they're going to bring 0. I got to believe a couple guys are going to bail out here right now.
Robinson, top of the screen. Castellanos looks that way, shoots it for Robinson, and a flag's been thrown. Incomplete pass. Ashton Hampton in coverage.
man.
Robinson shaking up a little bit.
Defense number 23. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
So Robinson is shaken up. He'll come off the field. Penalty on Hampton. Hands on the shoulder pad, Steve?
I don't see a lot. I'd like to see a replay again.
Here's the toss, and now White thought about throwing it back to Castellanos. Now we got playground football, and Score White will be tackled back at the 29. They looked like they were trying to throw it back to Castellanos.
Oh, yeah.
Cade Klubnik deserves a ton of credit here. The big defensive end. He stayed with Castellanos.
Yeah, he did.
That's Tom Allen's try-hard guy.
Yeah, accountable guy.
So Robinson off the field. It's now 2nd and 12 after the pass interference call. And then the 2-yard loss on what was designed as a throwback to the quarterback. Castellanos zips it to the far side. That's Danzy, and he's near a first down and has the first down at the 14-yard line. Bison Kelly shoved him out of bounds.
Yeah, they rolled the coverage back to 3 deep, and they've got to get to the flat and cover that route. They let that flat open up. Too much space there. That's too easy.
There's a look at Deuce Robinson. Tenth play of the drive is 1st and 10 at the 14. Castellanos hands it, no, throws it back. This is Pittman, the catch. Inside the 5, there's a flag thrown as Ricardo Jones shoves Pittman out of bounds. And it's a penalty on Florida State.
Pass interference. Offense number 7. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So it's on LaWayne McCoy.
Yeah, he's blocking down the field on a pass play. That's what was happening there.
And here comes Robinson back for Florida State. That's going to back Florida State up near the 30.
I mean, Florida State is doing this the real hard way right now.
Yep.
The penalties are killing them, and yet they're making plays and they're staying alive. But holy cow, man.
They're going to hand it. Here on the sweep is Lucas. And he'll be shoved out of bounds around the 23. And McCoy comes off that Clemson bench. And now Corey and Gibson wanted to talk to LaWayne McCoy. Tigers with a 17-point lead.
It's 2nd and forever here, but you just got to try to get, increments of 8 yards here.
Castellanos flips it back to Lucas, trying to build a wall. Not a lot there, and he'll be tackled at the 23-yard line. Sammy Brown there.
Yeah, it's just, this to me is, just kind of like trickeration plays, and there's an exchange after that play too down the field with each other slapping each other.
Adam Savoie is our referee tonight.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 7, 15-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
LaWayne McCoy's 2nd penalty in the drive.
I tell you, they both exchanged punches on that play. I'm surprised that wasn't a no call.
So here's the play.
Yeah,
see the line held there.
Yeah, they sold it like it was a no play, and they tried to catch him. There's a hold out there too on top of it all, but that's
yeah, it's Gibson and McCoy at the top of your screen.
Both swinging at each other though.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of think that's a no call there. It's I'm put on both of them. Look at that, guys. What are you doing, man? Get out of here with that. You got to play a game here. That's all nonsense. That's all distractions.
3rd in the zip code for Florida State. Tigers only rush 3. Castellanos, long throw, and a catch is made, and that is McCoy. at the 27-28 yard line. Ricardo Jones tagged him down.
Yeah, he has to look at him change. He changes. I don't know why he threw this sidearm, to be honest with you. I guess he felt that defender coming in his window, but needed a good throw there. But in either case, let's see if we can get 3. Here we go again.
Yep. This will be 47 yards. 46 yards, rather. Weinberg missed from 40. 47-yard try. Kick by Weinberg is going to be good. So Florida State gets a Weinberg field goal to make it 24-10. Back toward our producer, Drew Shabby, our director. Terrific ACC Network crew. Little pooch here, and it's Bettencourt, the tight end, who fields it flawlessly for Clemson at the 35. Don't forget, a full day of football coming to a close. You finish the night with ACC Huddle final score. Stay tuned after the game. Highlights, key players, coaches, analysis, and more. Bryce Love is there. Tom Luganbill's there. Mark, Rick, and the Beak of the Week will be there on the final score tonight. Kelsey Riggs-Cuff is our arbiter. Well, LaWayne McCoy called for a block downfield a moment ago to negate this throw to Pittman. And then he and Corian Gibson square off in a light middleweight contest that goes a punch for each side.
I mean, those are no talent issues. What does that do for anybody? Nothing. Lack of discipline.
Clemson at the 34, and pretty strong tackle by Graham as the Tigers get going with Adam Randall, Dana.
A big point of emphasis coming to that Wake Forest game for Florida State was not letting those mistakes compound. Don't let the bad plays linger. That's not the case tonight with Florida State facing Clemson. They got 4 penalties for 50 yards. That's really hard to win a football game like that.
Well, especially when you get in the big ones, right, Steve?
Yeah, no question. And when they're in the positive side of the field with a chance to score, and they lost a touchdown opportunity over silliness.
Yeah, the big ones and the timing of the big ones. Here's Randall again.
Did I tell you that's my guy?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
earlier.
I told you that's my guy.
You signed up for him tonight.
Yeah, I've got my Clemson chip. I'm all in. I'm all in on him right now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's in my,
I know. Yeah, Dabo gave you a chip yesterday.
He gave me a chip, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and I decided I'm all in on Adam Randall.
Yeah, a couple Seminoles you're all in on. Deuce Robinson.
I'm all in on him too.
Yeah.
Yep. And also Daryl Jackson, I'm all in on him. And Earl Little, I guess I'm in on a lot of people.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well, how about this, Steve? Adam Randall, converted wide receiver. How do you feel about that? Are you more all in on him?
Yeah, I mean, it shows he's got toughness. That's what it shows.
Here's Klubnik trying to fight back upfield. Daryl, all right, that was not Jackson. It was 5 Daniel Lyons, his mate there at the D-tackle spot, and then Earl Little finally got him to the ground. Lyons is 6'4", 302 from Homestead.
I'm not sure I understand that little operation right there. It was like we fed Cade Klubnik in so Daryl Jackson could devour him.
Yeah.
Like, what do we, I don't know.
And
I didn't
Klubnik
get that.
banged up here.
Yeah. Imagine running into, one of the top 3 techniques nose guards in the country. No, not so fast.
So here is Jack Smith to punt it away. Squirrel White at the 16. The Tennessee transfer. Running fair catch of the ball at the 19. So Florida State, with 5:24 to go, needs 2 touchdowns. 40-yard punt. We're back in a moment.
Just no warm-up. Just walked over there and ripped.
Well,
in her words, she ripped it.
The ball boy challenged me and was like, "You think you can throw a football?" And I was like, "Well, I
Throw a
can't
football. You
just
think
walk away."
it is State Fair? I'm from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Couldn't walk away.
I was throwing hail at.
Look at this. Doubling up, and Pittman wide open here at the near side. Crosses midfield off a drive starting at the Knowles 19. Ashton Hampton finally gets Randy Pittman out of bounds, Steve.
Yeah, kind of another version, of the Statue of Liberty play, But really well executed, well done. Changed the field, tilted the field here.
Castellanos trying to loop it for Robinson, and incomplete. I think Florida State was looking for pass interference with Ashton Hampton. Robinson had gone out of bounds. The official threw his hat off. Kip Johnson, who's one of the linesmen here at the near side,
Clemson needs to have a good defensive stop here right now. They need to bow up here on defense, and you know, obviously Florida State's intent on creating explosive plays and getting it down the field.
Yep. They take Ricardo Jones, put him back almost as a single safety. And here's Castellanos lining it up down the field and tried to go to Robinson. Had 3 guys in the pattern, Danzy, Robinson, and Pittman. And it'll be 3rd down.
He kind of had Robinson. He just sailed the ball.
Yeah.
You know, you watch him here. He does a nice job stepping up in the pocket. He just sails the ball right there.
Clemson had only allowed 42 points in the second half in their first 6 games. The last 2 games they've allowed 37 points. Tonight they've allowed 3.
Well, right now Florida State's in a 2-down situation, I think.
Yeah,
you're on the plus side of the 50 here. He's got 2 downs, so if nothing, get some of it back right
There's
here.
Robinson, that's a first down, coach, to the 31.
Yep.
Ashton Hampton made the tackle on Robinson. Deuce Robinson came in with 3 100-yard games this year, 32nd career game tonight.
You know what makes him difficult? He's so physical running routes. He's hard.
So Dabo Swinney a timeout. We'll step aside with him here at Clemson. 2-touchdown lead for Swinney's Tigers. We got the smoke rolling in here, kind of holding in the bowl at Death Valley. Castellanos the shotgun snap. And in trouble, tried to throw it out of there. Now one of 2 things here. Either incomplete or it might be grounding, although in the area was Jalen Lucas. Or was he on the ground first under Will Helt's pressure?
I don't know. I think it might be grounding here too.
Ball out of the hand. Now the question is, let's see, Lucas was in the neighborhood. And Avion Terrell was the first to it.
Yeah,
there it is. Yep.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 1. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Loss of down. It's 2nd down.
Castellanos thought he had Lucas in the neighborhood, and here's a look from up top on the all-22.
Pocket squeezes on him. He gets bumped and he loses his balance and he just flicks it.
So now I'm going to kind of side with Mike Norvell. I thought Lucas was in the neighborhood, Steve.
Yeah.
Here's Squirrel White, and that's taken down by Semi Brown.
That's good team defense right there. They caged that play. They cut the edges. Nice defense. Boy, that penalty was really costly for Florida State.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection stuff here.
I can see what you're saying on that.
I
see what you're saying on that call. You know, I mean, there's a guy, excuse me, in the vicinity.
Yeah, neighborhood of it. Not a direct line by any stretch. Third down. This is Sawchuk trying to find a path, and he'll get to the 36, and still going to be 15 yards to a first down.
Yeah,
Ashton Hampton the tackle.
They got to go. They got to go for this. But this is tough duty here, 4th down. But they got to go. They're in, 3 minutes left on the clock. They down 2 scores and
running a lot of clock too with 3 timeouts. Now the reason they're keeping the 3 timeouts, if they get a touchdown, kick it to Clemson, see if you can get them stopped in 3 snaps.
Oh my goodness gracious! Clemson on 4th in the world is showing 7-0. They got to bail and bring 5 or 6.
It's 4, and Castellanos goes down. Avion Terrell again. Terrell has made 2 or 3 plays in that pressure look, Steve, and it's worked.
Yeah, they brought 5 this time. 2 of them dropped out, and he got Castellanos enough off balance that he lost his footing here. He didn't really hit him. He actually tripped on an offensive lineman is what happened. But the edge forced him to step too close up to the line. Yeah, that's what happened there. Well, they made a play.
7-play drive. They cash out on downs, and now with 2:51 to go.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a dose of number 8.
Yep. Adam Randall in the backfield with Klubnik. And Randall to work. We'll pick up a couple. Mike Norvell going to call a timeout. How about a check of tonight's good hands play? Brought to you by Allstate. Little flea flicker action here, Coach.
Yeah, I love it. I always believed in we would try to run 4 specials in a game, 2 in each half, and I just excuse me, still got that cold I'm working on, but I tell you, I think you got to create the excitement, you got to create explosives, and the players love them. They just love them. You work on them all week. We'd have a Rolodex of them, and then we'd highlight the ones we wanted to call.
Yeah, not quite sure what the kid's holding up in the air there. It was like a stuffed animal of some sort that he was. Well, 2 touchdowns. Here's the Clemson margin here with 2 timeouts left for Mike Norvell. Virginia Tech off a bye week to Tallahassee next Saturday night, Steve.
That'll be a battle. 2nd
down. Klubnik fake the toss. He'll take off and slide inbounds and force another Florida State timeout. I mean, Deontay McCray was in pursuit. Another 30-second timeout. Dabo Swinney's team on the verge of going to 4-5 and 3-4 in the ACC with a Friday night game at Louisville, by the way. So
I just don't know. You're trying to get a first down to wind the game down, and Klubnik's running the ball. And I don't know, man. To me, but I'm wired that way. But I'm like, give it to the big back.
Yeah.
Let's get vertical. Let's try to get 3-4 yards to carry. Let's not get the quarterback hurt. I mean, if he has to run to win, that's one thing. But you got a back that's on fire right now.
Hey, how about this? Cal and Louisville tied in the 4th in Derby City. Jaron Kiave Sangapuatele, 24 of 36 for 273 tonight.
Wow.
And you see that Wake leads Virginia now by a touchdown, also in the 4th.
Yeah, is Chandler Morris playing? We don't know that.
Morris was shaken up earlier in the game. We do know that part. Ball game on ESPN for you. Here is the give, and this is Randall again, keeping his feet. And Florida State going to burn their last time out with 2:34 to go. Darrell Jackson on the tackle. By the way, Virginia the ball, under 3 minutes to go in Wake territory, Steve. So,
down
trailing a touchdown. Yep. You see at the top of your screen, Clemson, Louisville Friday night, and then our ACC network coverage starts at 3:30 on Saturday from Georgia Tech off a bye week. Brent Key's team at Boston College, and then Virginia Tech at Florida State as our doubleheader on the network next Saturday. And Cade Klubnik now. He's been hanging in there a little bit tonight. Pressure's been pretty steady tonight from the Noles.
Yeah, he's showing his toughness. He's showing his team. He's limping a little bit. He's showing his team his ability to put the game on his back right now, and they appreciate that. There's no question about it. But you still want to be smart with him,
Yep.
I mean, don't be crazy here.
2:34 to go. Florida State now out of timeouts, and Squirrel White waits on the Jack Smith punt. White going to ask for and make the fair catch around the 11-yard line. Don't forget our fall ACC championships in full swing. We got coverage for you on ACC Network of men's soccer. All 4 quarterfinals start tomorrow at 2 o'clock. First match is the 12-seed Cal and the 13-seed Pitt, both who were upset winners in round 1 of the Atlantic Coast Conference Men's Soccer Championship.
Well, we got it all on the line here right now. This has got to be a touchdown drive, and you know, they got to go just a little less than 90 yards. So this is going to really be the tale of Florida State's year here. Can they bring this down the field and score a touchdown? And then, of course, they'd have to onside kick it. So there's a big mountain to climb here.
Castellanos up the field now, going to sail it off his back foot for Danzy. And it's deflected and intercepted by Ricardo Jones. Jones back to the middle of the field, and he will be tackled by Castellanos. It is the second turnover of the night by Florida State. And it's going to seal Clemson's 4th win of the year and their 3rd in the ACC.
The end of that play, Wes, looked like a bad penalty there. They let it go, but that's not necessary.
Interception by Jones. And now the Tigers with 2:10 to go. Corey Gibson was the Tiger that deflected the ball intended for Micah Danzy.
Well, they tried to make a play, Florida State, you know, and Tommy Castellanos threw it up there, but they did a nice job in coverage and picked it off.
So here is Klubnik and the Tigers to try and see if they can't run the rest of this clock out. And that'll get us to the 2-minute timeout here at Tiger Town. Clemson 24, Florida State 10. The partisans here feel a little better than they have leaving here the last 3 times tonight, I guess. Back after this. Now with 2 minutes to go and 2nd down and 8 for Klubnik. And another give to Adam Randall. Got knocked down by McCray. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Tigers. This is their last ACC game at home. They'll have Furman here in 2 weeks, and then South Carolina in Columbia. And for Florida State, the schedule a little bit more interesting. We told you Virginia Tech and Tallahassee, then in Raleigh. And NC State's a whole different team now after the win last Saturday at Georgia Tech, right?
Yes.
And then in Gainesville for the regular season finale. And now a Clemson timeout. And we'll keep it here. By the way, before the game, Dana and Steve, Clemson usually has someone dot the I in the marching band before the game. And tonight, look who they went and found. Look at the retired version of Mark Packer, ladies and gentlemen. How about that, huh? Class of 1985. Former member of the golf team here, Steve. Huh?
I know
looks
one
good.
thing about Mr. Mark Packer and his wife. They're enjoying some nice California wine in his retirement.
Yes, they are.
That sounds awful nice.
The Pac-Man looks good. Good to see him tonight. Retirement is treating him well. One of the founding fathers of the Atlantic Coast Conference Television Network. Huh? Here's Klubnik. And he'll slip it to Antonio Williams, who compared to last Saturday's had a relatively quiet day for the Tigers. And with 1:07 to go, 4th down will be the next play. And Clemson might let this wind all the way down, Steve, and punch a timeout, maybe then punt it away. All right, so ACC final score, ACC huddle final score comes up after we're done. Virginia's got the ball, 2 minutes to go. They're down 7, Steve. California's got the ball, 2nd and 10. They're into the field, and they're still tied with Louisville at 23 tonight. Those are two. Tell you what, those are big games for both Louisville and Virginia, Steve.
A lot of stuff going on in the league.
Yep.
A lot of stuff.
Kelsey and
out block. Shoot. A lot of times they'd even bring the returner up.
So here is Smith to punt it. Squirrel White at the 7. With 31 seconds left. Florida State trying to get there.
Yeah.
And White going to run off from this, and oh boy, Smith, what a play this is. The friendly bounce right to the goal line.
That makes
and
it.
Philip Lorenzo, the long snapper.
So they now have to go 99.9 yards in 22 seconds and then score an onside kick in to get everybody back. What are we doing? Get back, get deep, everybody.
Castellanos and offline out of the backfield for Sawchuk. Might have gotten deflected. Well, I think we can safely say
here, and you know, one's going to celebrate, which is terrific, and the other one is got a gut punch going here right now. It's not good, and your heart goes out because, like Mike Norvell, like I said, he's a heck of a coach, and he's really.
Seminoles will get ready for Virginia Tech next Saturday night. That's your ACC Network primetime game. There's Castellanos, another throw. Robinson, another catch. That's 9 tonight or 8 tonight for Deuce Robinson, and I think over 100 yards for the 4th time for Deuce Robinson.
He's an impressive guy.
Sure is.
He is an NFL pro. I mean, they're gonna drool to get him at the next level.
Yep.
With his size and his ability to run routes and ball skills.
Yeah, he has 1 catch off his season high of 9. Here's Castellanos throwing beyond the reach of Danzy. Robinson had 9 catches in the loss at Virginia. And so 3 seconds left to go.
1 play.
Virginia and Wake battling, Cal and Louisville battling, and Dabo Swinney and the Tigers are getting ready to beat Florida State for the 9th time in the last 10 games.
Now both these teams have struggled, so it's not been easy.
Castellanos fights upfield. That's Robinson. That'll give him 9 catches tonight, and the ball game ends. Clemson a winner. The Tigers 24 and the Seminoles 10.